Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. I have been diving into a bunch of different areas of information to help you scale your business to seven figures and beyond. I think that's where a lot of my audience is looking to take their business. And right now, they may be feeling a little stuck at that six-figure mark where maybe they're making 8 to 10,000 a month and they're just kind of struggling to get to that next level. Hopefully, this series will help you to understand a few aspects that you can implement into your business in order to really help you scale. So, today's episode is actually going to be diving into something that is not necessarily required when you're scaling. Let's be clear about that. What we're talking about today is not a requirement in your business, and yet it's something that really, well, a lot of people do. And I know the last time I dove into this was a huge hit with the audience. So we're going to circle back to launching. Yes, creating a successful launch in your business. Like I said, it's not necessarily necessary to reach seven figures to have a launch. However, people love to do them. So I wanted to talk about how to create a successful launch before you even have the launch. A lot of entrepreneurs look at the launch as that's it. Like, we have this launch, that's the end all be all. We're going to make, I don't know, $1 million or whatever it is on this launch. They've developed a product, service, or solution. They've done all of the things in order to launch their product, figure out their pricing, maybe even crafted some ad copy to get people to the webinar or the training or whatever it might be that you're using as your launch vehicle. In their minds, they're thinking, I just need to have about 2 weeks to bring in people and the launch will be successful. We'll do that and the sales will just roll in. But here's the thing. If we flip the script today and I told you that the launch is really, it's not the start of it. It's actually the end process, and that the real work, the beginning of it, can be actually set up months in advance. The real work, the one that's going to lead to success, starts much longer before the launch actually happens. Prepping for a profitable launch can be a game changer in your business. Here's why. When you focus on what needs to be done before the launch, you create that solid foundation. And that foundation helps you to do things like build anticipation, create and align your team, allow for a seamless execution of the launch, and ultimately it will help you to increase your profits. So when you're thinking about launching, the first thing that you really want to focus on is your audience. I know, I circle back to this all the time, and you might actually be getting tired of hearing me say it, but your audience is your key to success. Knowing them well, and I mean inside and out, is going to help you to better create a launch that's going to be successful. Here's the thing, when you think about launching and you're thinking about maybe doing a 5-day challenge, but your audience is burned out on 5-day challenges because there's so many of your competition doing them, is that going to be effective? Are people going to show up? Or if you've done the same type of launch, maybe you've done a 1-day training over and over and over again, and you've slowly started to notice the show up rate falling off, again, is your audience desiring this type of training? If not, maybe you need to pivot. Maybe you need to look at your launch from another perspective. On top of that, understanding your targets' problems, their dreams, their desires, their language they speak is going to be crucial to the success of your launch, because it's going to help you attract the right crowd and to help you cut through the noise of the competition. Now, while I definitely enjoy collaboration over competition, I'm not going to lie to you. Everybody has competition. Everybody. There is very few things that are new and revolutionary. And even if the way you deliver it is new and revolutionary, what you're delivering probably is not. So you are going to need to be able to cut through the noise. And here's the other thing. Even if you're something new, something different, something unique, the amount of information we're inundated with over time causes us to really start to tune out. So your messaging has to really be clear and concise and hit them where it is that they need to open their eyes and create that awareness of, I have a problem, and you, my friend, are the potential solution to my problem. The next piece of your launch that you really want to think about is building anticipation. So if you're planning on doing a 5-day training, especially something along those lines, something that is a time commitment for people, longer than 30 minutes to an hour, you're really, really going to want to develop anticipation for that. And I honestly suggest creating almost a 90-day window to ramp up to that launch. It's kind of like a movie premiere, if you think about it. You don't just release a movie. You drop trailers, you drop teasers, you drop behind the scenes, sneak peeks. You make it so that there's a buzz and people really want to attend the movie. Creating a pre-launch content strategy and a pre-launch audience development strategy that excites and intrigues your audience is going to do just that. On the other side of that, what I want you to be really clear of is that whatever anticipation you are building, you are able to fulfill. How many of us have gone to a movie and we've seen the trailer and we've seen the teasers and we're so excited, and we get to the movie and the movie was like, wah, 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 because the teaser and the trailer were the best part of the movie. We want to avoid that when it comes to our trainings and our launches. If you're not able to fulfill the excitement and anticipation that you're developing, you're not going to have the profitability in the actual training that you're wanting. So make sure that you do develop anticipation and that it's in a vein that you can actually fulfill for people. Then make sure that your team is ready and raring to go. If you are creating some kind of 5-day training or challenge, or even if it's, a workshop or something along those lines, make sure that you have the team members on your back end to help you do that so that it's a seamless process. Whether that are people like customer support or your social media manager or your sales team or your tech team, make sure that everyone is well-versed in their roles and responsibilities and that they're able to do whatever it is you need done to make this launch successful. Make sure that you are testing all of your technology, because again, there is nothing more disappointing than opening your doors for sales and having some kind of issue in that tech that ends up tanking your sales because they couldn't buy for whatever reason. Tech tends to be the biggest downfall of a lot of people when it comes to their launching. And while you might be able to apologize very effectively that first time, if it happens again, people are going to start losing trust in who you are and what you do and what you say you can do. So that first tech failure can be something along the lines of, hey, this was our first launch and obviously we made mistakes and we're sorry and we fixed them and here's your thing. The second launch needs to be smooth as a baby's bottom so that you're able to really create that know, like, and trust and really up the role of you as the expert in their life. The very last piece of a successful launch is to test, measure, and adjust. Most likely, you are not going to just do one launch. And I would encourage you, if you decide to launch, you need to at least do 3 or 4, because that first one, you're going to have problems. It's just inevitable. It's the first time you've ever done it. Even if you're working with someone who specializes in launches, there's inevitably going to be something that happens, whether it's you flubbing up your training or it's the tech issues. Something's going to happen. On the top of that, make sure that you are being willing to be flexible with your content, with your training, with how you trained it, with how long you trained it. All of those things are going to allow you to make your second, third, fourth, 900th launch that much better. So really understanding that your first launch may not be your last launch, and that there's always something that you can learn every time you do a training or a launch will help you to make it more profitable every time you do it. As you gear up for your next launch or your first launch, remember that being prepared is going to help you lay that solid foundation before you actually open the doors. It will also help you to make sure that your launches are profitable every day going forward. Now, if you're looking to launch and you're struggling with how to go about doing that, and you're really looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, head over to yourmarketingmatchmaker.com and sign up for a free strategy session. Let's see if launching is the way you can try and reach that 7-figure mark. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to Apple, iTunes, and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.